What is going on YouTube? Hey, I'm Mike making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, XLM, as well as the S&P 500. As you guys know, we do a different cryptocurrency here on the channel every single week, which starts tomorrow. So definitely make sure to comment your favorite cryptocurrency down below. And remember, we are still doing our crypto coin display giveaway for this month. All you have to do to enter is comment your favorite crypto as well as comment subscribed, as I will be checking to make sure that you have subscribed. Otherwise, you won't win one of these. We are going to be doing the drawing on Saturday, so definitely stay tuned for Saturday's episode. More importantly, what we're going to be looking at in today's video is obviously, once again, the consolidation that's happening within XRP and Ethereum forming their major symmetrical triangles and why it's taking so long, to be honest. As you guys know, a lot of these cryptocurrencies have been retesting bottom supports for days now, and we're finally starting to see some sort of give. Hopefully it will, just get it over with and we'll rip the band-aid off, and maybe today or tomorrow we'll finally be able to see the direction that crypto wants to go to, because it's been weeks now of consolidation. For Bitcoin, it's been trading between 30 and 40K for weeks now. For XRP, we've been retesting our bottom support for days now, ever since the end of May. So it's taking quite a long time. So hopefully today we'll get some clarity. Otherwise, guys, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications. Leave a giant thumbs up, as this does help support the YouTube algorithm. Remember to join us over at Discord, as I did link it in the description down below. We have over 1,500 active community members talking about cryptocurrency, future trades, what it takes, what's going on with the market, and things like that. I'm also in it, so definitely make sure to check that out. Otherwise, let's jump into today's video. All right, guys, so where do we even begin? Once again, today we are trading at the, global market cap is 1.3 trillion, what we've been sitting at for quite some time now. Top 10 cryptocurrencies are looking okay. It's mainly just consolidation. It's awesome to see finally, even in this maybe bear market or consolidation state that we're in, we're still over $1 trillion, pretty much $1.5 trillion in market cap, is pretty crazy for what could be, a drop in price. So I'm really not too worried about this market. The first time, shame on you. So the first time we had this big run to the upside back in 2017. Now this is the second time in 2021, and it seems like we're here to stay. So I'm really not worried at all to see what the future holds for crypto. Maybe this is just a small consolidation that we see, but I do believe eventually we are going to be swinging back up to the upside. Whether that takes a couple of months, I don't know, but I do think we are going to get injections of volume back into the market. I do think Bitcoin at some point is going to be retesting 100K, but we'll just see, as we are just doing short-term technical analysis, trying to figure out what happens short-term and what we should be doing to basically make trades in this market right now. So looking at XRP, I do have it pulled up here on the charts. As you guys can clearly see, we still have our beautiful uptrend that's been on the coin since the beginning of January, the end of January of 2021, and you can see we've had constant retests of this support level and eventually broke bullish. Since then, all the way back in April, where we were talking about this, we had our major, correction here. We then, consolidated back up, and really we started focusing on the coin when we came back to retest this resistance level up here at $1.64. This is not our all-time high for 2021, but we are seeing a lot of resistance levels at $1.64. We actually broke resistance here, broke support, and we corrected all the way down. We saw a major drop in literally less than a day, which we don't normally see. To see a drop from $1.64 all the way down to here, it was a 50% drop in less than a day. So for people that are, constantly asking me, do you leave all your money in cryptocurrency, things like that? No, it's too volatile right now to capitalize on. Imagine waking up one day and you have $200,000, and then the next day you have 100K in less than a day. The fact that that is even possible just from leaving your money in what you would consider a safe haven is not a smart decision. It should at least give you some sort of interest in slow growth over time, and at least give you the sense of security that you're not going to lose your money. But regardless of that, looking at the symmetrical triangle that's forming right now, we are seeing an uptrend right now starting to form. We are still creating these higher low formations, and until the higher low formations is broken, I'm still fairly bullish on this market. I do believe, obviously, consolidation was needed in this market. We had a lot of FOMO buying in, and prices have finally come back down to regain some support. But until we see prior support levels broken, I'm not going to switch bearish just yet. Realistically, what we need to see is if this price comes back down and we actually close below this prior high back here, it will pretty much confirm the fact that we're now entering a bear market. Right now, since then, we've had consolidation. This is basically just consolidation in the market coming back down to a more neutral support level. You can see right here, everything pretty, I mean, even this uptrend here is good. This is a very aggressive uptrend that in a couple of months, even by the end of I don't know, mid 2021, September, we could see prices, if it uses this uptrend here to swing us all the way up to $1.30. Just by slowly consolidating over the next couple of months, we could swing it ourselves back up to $1.30. But realistically, is it still possible? We'll have to see over the course of the next couple of days. This is pretty much coming down to the end game right here. If we can break through these resistance levels, then we should be able to consolidate back up and eventually retest all-time highs. Hopefully it won't happen that quickly, because then we know it's not going to last. But ultimately, my next movement is just seeing what exactly happens here. That's why the past couple of videos on the channel, we've been hyper-focused on these points of impact right here, these points right here that I've been really stressing in my thumbnails and trying to point out to you guys over the course of the past couple of days, and as well as today's video, because everything seems to kind of fall onto this level right here. This is really the prime target that we're looking at, because this could really change the future for crypto for the next couple of months, if not years. It really depends on what this coin wants to do. If we just decide all of a sudden today that this support is no longer strong and we break through it and close closer to 70 cents, there's a good chance we are going to continue to create these lower highs and then pretty much consolidate out just like we did back in 2017, 2018. It's very possible. Maybe we'll see a run back to the upside again. We probably will. But it really all depends on how this coin wants to trade out. If we decide, we decide to keep this support and hold on to here, which is the goal, and we break through our prior resistance, we come back to retest the lower high formation, we consolidate into here, and we breach through it and start to trend back up, we're going to be in a bull run. We're going to slowly but surely consolidate back up to $1.60 all-time highs for 2021. So you can see how everything kind of becomes focused on what's happening right now, today and tomorrow. Whether it was back here in May, end of May, this really doesn't affect the market right now. These major swings of volume, this is okay. Yeah, I understand these are very volatile, but it doesn't impact where exactly we could be moving towards. We are still consolidating inside this major symmetrical triangle, but at some point it does bring itself into this apex right here. The deciding factor is whether or not we're going to see another couple months of bull run or another couple of months of bear run. Right now, it's pretty much just been consolidating. So my target and where I plan on investing into, and I've been waiting for it. It's been days now of consolidation, literally since this movement right here, is since end of May. It's been, what is it? Today's the 13th. We've had pretty much 2 weeks of this consolidation that's been happening. And although 2 weeks really isn't a long time for crypto and for XR or for the stock market and stuff like that, for people that watch this cryptocurrency every single day, to be looking at 14 days of just movement that doesn't move anywhere is unfortunate, because it's just going to keep happening. It's just slow and it's not worth investing into. But we're really waiting for the confirmation of which way this coin wants to move to, and then we can finally and surely buy in. So it's going to be a slow route. We have to just be patient. Obviously, if you're not patient, it's not for you. If you want really aggressive trades, it's high risk. Maybe do calls or something like that. Invest in other cryptos. It's too risky. It's too risky to do. So I like to play it conservative. I like to guarantee profits, or get as close to guaranteeing my profits as possible. So we're really waiting for which direction this coin wants to break to. If short term, we could play it moderate and we actually close today, let's say at, 90 cents. Let's say we close at 90 cents or 93 cents. There's a good chance we'll swing back up to retest $1. So there'll be a 10-cent run, which we can capitalize on and leverage on Bityard, which I have pulled up right here. Or we decide to close bearish. We close at 80 cents right here. It's going to pretty much confirm that the bear market is starting if we break this uptrend here. And it will allow us to swing lower. Who knows? We could go as low as 47 cents. It'll be a big short opportunity. Prices will drop another 40%. It's not good. We don't want that to happen, but it is still profit to be made. It will just impact most of the beginner, entry-level people that don't know how to short the markets like we do. But ultimately, what I'm looking for is just to find the bottom. We're getting very close to oversold here. You guys have to consider that. As prices are trending outwards, we're closing at 39 right now. Yes, obviously 29 or 30 is the oversold market. So trading at 40 or 39, there's not many points left for us to get back to that bottom support. So we're really looking to see how exactly this wants to play out. Hopefully, we just bounce off this MACD right here and start to trend higher. That's ultimately the goal, and we can hopefully just break back and consolidate inside the symmetrical triangle here. That's my goal. That's what I want to do. I want to buy in once we, confirm a break above that resistance level and start to trend back to the upside. But moving on, hopefully you guys understand that what would help us figure out which direction XRP wants to move to is obviously looking at other indicators, and what other indicators pretty much come down to is other cryptocurrencies. Sometimes they'll give us a little more clarity than the other altcoins here on the market. So when we look at Ethereum like this, I would like to think that Ethereum is a good, leader of where exactly this market wants to move to. Since we've entered the bull run back in 2021, it literally was the cusp. Like, we started to rally up. We started a hint at the end of 2020, and then it really just decided the right dead center, the beginning of 2021, we entered a bull market and we started a trend bullish, which was great. And we've been using what appears on Ethereum as some sort of ascending fractal to allow us to slowly but surely, in a slightly aggressive manner, swing back up to all-time highs, or just create all-time highs. But as we were continuing this, a lot of FOMO took over, and I'd like to say this was pretty much the impact, that point where FOMO just breached us to the upside. This is not sustainable here. This skyrocket, parasailing, elevator price rise to the upside, where we literally doubled our price from 2,600 to 4,500 in like 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, is not possible. So I think everything above this resistance level right here is a good, solid indicator of FOMO. And everything below here, I think, would be FUD. So the fact that we finally came back down inside our ascending fractal is enough for me to say, okay, things are looking good. As you can see, back in 2021, in January, early January, we've used this uptrend on numerous occasions as a support level. You can see it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 confirmations. We're looking to make a 6th confirmation. So when I use Ethereum, it reassures me that most likely this is going to be considered the bottom of XRP and Ethereum and the rest of the market. It's a good indicator that not only are we retesting it fairly close to Ethereum, we're retesting it on XRP and Bitcoin here. And ultimately what I'm looking for is to see us maybe retest that bottom support and eventually start to swing back up. That's the goal here, is if we can stay above here. We know, obviously, as prices get closer here, we'll know when to buy in. If we retest here and we close below here, we close anywhere below 2,200. I would say play it fairly conservative, 2,150. If we close below there, it's a good chance we are going to short it. It's unfortunate, but if we breach this ascending fractal here, then we are going to see quite a bit of downtrend and correction to the downside. But if we can sustain this and bounce off here and start to head up, that will allow us to maybe not retest all-time highs that we saw in Ethereum and the rest of the market, but start to swing back up to the upside and come back up. So everything is kind of relying on today and tomorrow. I don't give it much time after that, but it's really just going to confirm which direction this coin wants to go to. But this looks to be the bottom here. And if we can retest this nicely and start to trend back up, it'll obviously pull the rest of the market with it, XRP and so on and so forth. Bitcoin is the same thing. Bitcoin has a beautiful uptrend, not nearly as hard as Ethereum is, which is great. I like Ethereum's a lot better. But Bitcoin does have a small uptrend, very similar to XRP. And if we can either stay above this uptrend here and allow ourselves to just breach 40K, we can finally start to make some leeway here. 40K is a huge mental barrier for cryptocurrency, for Bitcoin, for the rest of the market. And if we actually can build up some, reassurance and close above 40K, it's enough for me to buy back in along it to the upside. For the most part, Bitcoin, playing it conservative, we have a clear bottom support, a clear price floor. We have a clear price ceiling. 30 and 40K has been where this coin has been trading since May 19th. It's been pretty much a month now, 4 weeks of just this. Like, people get bored of this when prices, swing between 30 and 40K. Very little price movement, very little money to be made here. So we're looking for that confirmation. At this point, it could go 30K and we break below here. And the second we close below 30K, I'm shorting it. Or we break above 40K and we can finally see what would probably be some sort of lower high formation again. As you can see here, we'll probably see another retest like this, consolidate, and hopefully we breach through that and head back up. With this uptrend, you can kind of see the pattern I'm drawing out. Still lower high formations, but I'm hoping to create another lower high at like 50K. And then fall back down to 38. Just more predictable patterns that I'm waiting for to invest into. But if we're just going to trade out like this, nobody's going to really want to get involved in crypto. And that's why people are losing interest. So we're waiting for something to happen. If we stay patient through this, that's the rewarding part. It gets us early for these trades. It gets us early in for big movements or big shorts. And that's what you have to just stay awake and alert for. So it really comes down to what this pattern wants to decide to do. So for Bitcoin, I'm not touching it until we break 40K or break below 30K. XRP and Ethereum, I'm just waiting for the confirmation. We're waiting for the swing to the upside. If we close below this support level right here, we close at 80 cents, I'm going to short it, unfortunately. But I'm looking for a breach back to resistance. And hopefully with the consolidation here, which only has maybe about, I don't know, another week left at most, we can maybe see prices break bullish. Ultimately, this comes down to this smaller downtrend we factored in, and this ends probably today or tomorrow, the latest. And if we can breach through that, it will allow us to breach through the top lower high formation here, 1, 2, which would be 3. If we can break through that one, it would allow us to swing back to the upside. So it's a waiting game now. That's all it really is. If you want to invest in and make money in these markets, you have to just play it fairly conservative and fairly patient for the next couple of days. As for XLM, it's retesting support here too. So, the fact that the markets are pulling itself so close to becoming oversold, yes, obviously we can still correct lower, but we are retesting support levels. And if these hold, it should allow us to swing back up to moving averages, which ultimately we need to see. Prices usually tend to retest moving averages at some point or another. Even if there is a bearish cross, to say the least, prices tend to swing back up to retest that moving average. I'll show you here on Bitcoin what I mean, and then I'll wrap up today's video. But you can see here, even back in 2020, prices at some point broke through our resistance or support level. We broke through support levels. We corrected all the way back down, and we had quite a bit of time of this consolidation. We can kind of draw it out here. Date range. This was about 35 days. So this was a month of sideways consolidation that eventually we came back up to retest our moving average. We then fell again, correcting below here, and we were below it for, 55 days. So almost 2 months we had consolidation. But at some point, moving average stayed fairly close. We broke back to the upside. Same thing here. We broke bearish here. It took us about 46 days of consolidation for us to get back to retesting the moving average. Even when we broke above it, we come back down and retest this support level right here. It's always fluctuating between that. So flashing forward now, the fact that we're still below the moving average gives me reason to believe we're probably going to come back to retest that. You can see that it's taken about 30 days right now, or 25 to be exact. So maybe it takes 30, maybe it takes 40, who knows? But I do believe at some point very soon, prices should ultimately start to swing back up and retest closer to 46 to 50K at some point very soon for Bitcoin, because we're not just going to trend below the moving average for that long. It's just not something that historically happens all the time. Otherwise, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, not really much to talk about. The S&P 500 pumped a little bit higher last night. On Monday. We'll see what happens on tomorrow. But that's pretty much it, guys. Definitely make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, join Discord, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.